Alright, let's get right into it. This was my first BJJ competition, first match. This was about 6 months into my training, and I think I had one stripe at this point. So right away I'm looking for a takedown, looking for a cross collar grip with my right hand, and immediately after I get it, I hit a collar grab and bring the opponent down, but I wasn't able to grab his right leg to secure the position, so he was able to get right back up. This time my opponent pulls guard and elevates me, but I was able to stay balanced here and steady. And here I'm just trying to stay heavy and stable, keeping my weight on him. And then we turn around and he sits back up into open guard. I stand up, trying to initiate like a Toriando pass with the double pant grips. And then my opponent elevates my hips again, so I post my left hand for balance. I felt very unstable here, so again I'm just trying to stay heavy and not get swept. I get my left leg stretched out quite a bit, but I'm able to come back down to the mat. Again, double pant grips, looking for the Toriando pass, which is pretty much the only pass I've retained in my mind at this point. Finally, I'm able to get past his legs and he tries to turtle here by turning into me, but I drive forward, blocking his turn and flip him onto his back, securing the position into side control and getting my first 3 points here. We get reset back into the center. Honestly, at this point I was already gassed. I had a huge adrenaline dump and my forearms were really sore as well, which I didn't expect. Okay, resetting back in side control here, and immediately my opponent is able to hook a leg into half guard. I'm just trying to keep heavy on his face with my cross face pressure. I'm able to get my left knee to the mat, twisting his hips away. Now I stretch my knees down while keeping the heavy top pressure, which allows me to escape my left leg into mount. I climb my legs higher to get into high mount, and the mount gets me 4 points. Can't really see my hands at this point, but I think I was trying to go for like an Ezekiel choke. My opponent hip bumps and turns his body, but I maintain mount. The really good thing about high mount is that your hips are detached from your opponents, so you're less susceptible to bumps. And of course, just as I say that, my opponent does another hip pump and Upa escapes into my close guard. I think I neglected to post my right hand out or my head onto the mat, which allowed the escape to happen. I'm trying to keep his posture broken in close guard with left hand behind his neck. Opponent starts to get up onto one knee, looking to open my guard. I try to hit an easy chair sweep here, but he was actually leaning into me, so that wasn't the right timing for the sweep. I continue trying to keep his posture broken and control one of his arms. I'm also trying to climb my legs up into high guard, although unsuccessfully. Opponent postures up and gets up again, and this time opens my guard successfully. I have ankle grip here with my left hand and try to transition into a De La Riva guard, but he's able to back away from my legs and looks to pass my guard. My opponent knee cuts, but kind of gets too far away from my hips. And at this point I turtle, but now I think maybe I could have just recovered my guard against him instead. Anyways, my opponent goes straight into a front body lock position, and here he sweeps his legs around to climb onto my back, but I had a grip on his gi with my left hand, which slowed him down a bit, and then I was able to get a grip behind his right knee with my right hand, which allows me to bring him back down to the ground, looking to pass his guard again. I think here my opponent is getting an advantage for getting me into turtle. Okay, now I have a double pant grip again and try to initiate a Toriando pass, but I think my grip was too high on his thighs. Here my opponent gets a hook in and starts to elevate me again. I land on the other side and turn back to face him. Looking for that double pant grip again, I shift out to his side and try to Toriando, but I'm unable to and fall to my knees. I get back up looking to pass, but my opponent is able to pull me down into his closed guard. I don't know if you can see on my face, but I'm pretty exhausted at this point and breathing really hard. And here my opponent opens his guard maybe to go for like a scissor sweep, but I use that opportunity to press down on his right knee and get back up out of his closed guard. But this time I'm able to pin both of his legs down to the ground and successfully move to his left side to pass the guard and establish side control. Now I see his left knee is not up to block my hip, so I immediately sweep my left leg over into mount. So that'll be 4 points for mount, and I think the ref is giving another 3 points here for the side control. Again, I climb my knees high and I underhook under my opponent's right arm and pressure in, trying to make him uncomfortable. I was really dead at this point, so I'm just trying to keep my high mount and maintain my position. And then my opponent stretches his right arm, pushing into me to try and make space, but that actually works in my favor because I'm able to climb my left knee even higher, further restricting his mobility. Again, just trying to maintain mount here, and he makes some attempts to turn away, but the high mount makes it pretty hard to move my hips. And that's the end of the match. Big props to my opponent for putting up an awesome match. So a lot of people told me to expect the adrenaline dump, but I wasn't quite ready for it anyways. I tired myself out really fast and my forearms were aching a lot from holding on to grips way too hard. All in all, it was a great first experience. It gave me a taste of what it's like to roll against a fully non-compliant opponent who's actively trying to impose their game on you. Thank you for watching, guys. Happy training.